Hi, this is Sean. I'm back again with another episode of All Things Black. I have a new friend here.
Hi, my name is Ciara Clark, and I am from. Am I supposed to keep going? Okay, so I'm originally from Boston, but I stay in Aliquippa, PA now, which is like 40 minutes out from Pittsburgh. And I have an Instagram. My Instagram is Reconditioning Melanin. My other Instagram is what is it? Black Queens Crowns, and that is where I do all of my hair at because I'm a hairstylist. And my YouTube is Reconditioning Melanin. So I talk about issues that happen with Black social issues. Period. Talk about colorism. Talk about colorists. Talk about racism. Just talk about a lot of things that's bothering us today and tomorrow and the next day.
Okay, and we'll drop your information under the video. So they can be able to click, they can go see about getting their hair done or, get some knowledge, whatever. We're just going to put it all under there. Okay. Everything. All right. Okay. So our first question today is, what does the word colorism mean to you?
Colorism to me means, well, I feel like anybody can be colorist, So when I hear the word colorism, it means just discriminating against someone's skin color. So that can be a light skinned person who's discriminated against a dark skinned person. That can be a dark skinned person who's discriminated against a light skinned person. But 9 times out of 10 is dark skin who's getting discriminated against. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So our next question is, what are some examples of colorism?
An example of colorism, which is great because I just made a video about it, is it's this Instagram model, and her name is Ashley Love something. And practically, she had this white woman go and paint her entire body black. Girl, I mean, like the hands and everything black. She knew she was a hot mess. And to me, that is an example of colorism because she felt like, okay, so her thing was she was giving appreciation to Black women, but nobody felt appreciation.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is just a disrespect. I feel like anything that is a disrespect to someone's skin color is colorism. So, I mean, also another thing is, say a dark skinned Black man calling a dark skinned Black woman a cockroach, or super black and crispy, like you're being colorist.
Now, what on Beyonce's internet would you post a picture of yourself painted black for or not black, dark skin for appreciation? Who told you people needed appreciation from you in that form?
First of all, girl, you had to see the captions. The caption that the white woman had under this woman was biracial. So she wasn't just pale, she was biracial.
The model, right?
Yeah,
the model, right?
Biracial.
And the one who, and she was like, she painted herself dark skin and she put this whole caption about not about appreciating dark skin.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, girl, what? No, girl, the comments. I mean, the captions of the pictures. Like, the white woman had her under there talking about some tripping and melanin. What? Where the melanin? That's what I'm saying. So it was disrespect. It wasn't no appreciation. They were trying to be funny, talking about some, be comfortable in the skin you're in, but that's not even your skin.
Exactly. How you telling somebody to be comfortable in the skin they're in somebody else's skin? Oh my gosh, I did not see the dripping in melanin.
Girl, please go watch my video. I put up all the comments to everything. People was dragging this girl. It's so, like, we're not playing that no more. Black women, we're done with that.
I'm gonna watch the video, but I didn't see the dripping in melanin. I did not see that. That's okay.
Girl, all right. And melanin. Go ahead.
Well, that's different. Okay. It must be two melanins.
One that went right.
Okay. So our next question is, why do you believe people have negative attitudes about dark skin, and why do you believe people have negative attitudes about light skin if you think they do?
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first question. I think that people have a problem with dark skin because they understand, like, it's a jealousy thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even dark skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm brown skinned. Girl, I thought I was dark skinned. I thought I was dark skinned my whole life, girl. I thought I wasn't dark skinned. My feelings was hurt a little bit, but it's okay. I wish I was dark skinned. I do not care about all that raggedy stuff people be trying to do, but I feel like the reason why people are so upset is because, like, they understand the original people were black. You know what I'm saying? Dark, beautiful, but that was a time where you was dark skinned, and the darker you were, the closer to the ancestors you were. You know what I'm saying? So the love was real, and the praise and all of that stuff. It's nowadays, it's just like, if you're, oh my God, with all the colonizing and, making all of these dark skinned people lighter, like, it wasn't even that. There was different shades of black people, but now it's like a pale black person and a dark black person. And I feel like the fact that they've made two, you know what I'm saying, our oppressors are white, it's just like, oh, the lighter you are, the better you are, the better the representation you have. So along with the representation that they show of dark skinned people, because they're always in some movie acting crazy, being loud, being
Right.
wild. And then
Right.
you also got to think, like, a lot of these dark skinned women, especially in our communities, like, they don't have resources to, you know, like, they have the beautiful skin, young, youthful face, but as far as, being able to really go out and beautify themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, taking care of their hair and stuff. A lot of black women don't know how to take care of their hair, especially with my hair texture for C hair. A lot of dark skinned women have my hair texture. And I'm telling you, as a hairstylist, that junk is
Yeah.
hard. Okay. Trying to take care of it, trying to style it, the whole nine. So I don't blame black women for, their hair might be in a mess or whatever. But it's just the principle, like, all of those factors play into why people don't like dark skin and light skin. That's not a thing. I'm sorry. The worst, the worst thing that people can say about light skin people is that they think they're soft because they associate dark skin with being masculine. But I mean, hey, I would rather be soft than, you know what I'm saying? Have a
Yeah.
dark skin woman be labeled as hard. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's hot. Okay.
Okay. All right. So our next question is, what role does traditional media play in perpetuating colorist stereotypes?
I would say the worst thing that, like I said in my last answer, they're always giving us really bad roles, and you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't appreciate Tyler Perry. I don't appreciate Oprah. I don't appreciate none of these people who's mad rich and has the opportunity to, put a good light on black people. But every single time you see a Tyler Perry movie, it's always some broke black man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to get up, trying to get on his feet. Why a brother always trying to get on his feet? And then you have the dark skinned woman who's always, being the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, being an independent woman or just being in some drama. Like, it's just a mess. Like, I promise you, I don't know a lot of black women who be doing all this stuff that I see on social media. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
mess. Like, you got to say, like, the music videos and all that stuff. Like, now they're having more of mixed women in their videos only because, like, oh, you're mixed, you're popping, right? But where does twerk culture come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're over sexualized. So I feel like
I
that
agree.
thing, yeah, us being over sexualized is another real bad thing in the media. Cause now black women, I feel like for real, black women are just looked at as jokes for real, a lot of the times. And it's only because one, people look at us as sex objects. Two, they look at us as men because we're always out here, taking care of somebody's kid and, just being the backbone of everything. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Um, but yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
What do you
yeah.
think?
No, I agree. Now I do love Tyler Perry. Hold on. Now I don't want Tyler Perry to see this and
Listen,
think,
I've seen like
Sean don't like him. Tyler
yeah,
Perry,
look,
I
I've
do
seen
love
like
you.
85% of his movies, but every time I see a Tyler Perry movie, one, I don't appreciate Medea. I don't appreciate Medea because I don't appreciate Eddie Murphy. I don't appreciate
Characters
Martin
black.
portraying black women. That is the worst
I like
character.
that.
Huh?
No, I get that, and I get that. I think a lot of people feel that way, and I 100% get that because nobody wants to see somebody acting like a black woman, a dramatized or character or
Yeah.
yeah. So I get what you're saying, but I do love Tyler Perry because I feel like he's given so many black people,
Ooh.
jobs. But
No, don't get me wrong. Tyler Perry is cutting that check. What you say?
I said, but I agree with you. I agree about the roles he does give. They can be a little sketchy. Like he'll have like the light skinned man savior a little bit in some of his movies that I've seen, where the
Yeah.
dark skinned man has done her wrong, and then the light skinned man. But he also has like darker skinned men portrayed in like good lights, like in the one where what's the one with Jill Scott?
Which
And her
one is that?
husband leaves her for her
Oh,
the one with Jill Scott. So I mean, but I agree. He is some
yeah.
sketchy, and I mean I agree about the roles that
But yeah, no, look, sis, like I get the whole thing. Like Tyler Perry, he is cutting people, these black people, a check. Like like mainly his cast members are black, so that is a good thing. But my thing is, you have this opportunity and you have this platform,
I agree.
and he has the spaces. Look at the spaces that's in Tyler Perry's movie. Like usually our low budget movies are placed in the hood somewhere. No, he be having buildings, he be having hospitals, he be having schools, all these places you can go to, and you're filling it with caricatures of black people. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just filling it with all businessmen. All, but I guess what do people want to see though? I guess
Yeah,
it's what people.
that's true.
Mm.
What people want to see. So, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Okay, all right. What role do you believe colorism plays in dating and marriage?
And dating and marriage? Okay. I love these questions right now because I'm always talking about these things. But so, wait, from what perspective though? From black people or from like all people, period?
Black people.
Okay. Um, I feel like a lot of black men will go for the lighter black woman, so they don't, just go for what social media and propaganda is trying to push towards them. Because my thing is, as a black man, like and you marry a black woman, you have babies with a black woman, like the chances of your child coming out looking like you and being what I'm saying, being a complete replica of you is the chances are very high when dating a black woman like yourself. But a lot of our brothers feel like they want to go lighter because I guess that's just wait a sec. I guess that's like colorism plays a bad role, I guess, like a really bad role in a lot of black relationships. To be honest, is like I really don't like. How do you feel about it too? Because I want to ask you, like, what do you? Okay, I can say this. I was in Pittsburgh like last weekend, like no, the weekend after last, and I didn't notice any sisters with white men at all. But I saw the darkest of dark brothers. I'm talking about deep dark chocolate with white girls. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. That stuff bothers me. Like, I know that a lot of black women are like, no, don't care about black men dating out. And I'm just like, but I care because I'm going to have a son. And my son's just, that's not a thing. But I feel like it can play a real negative role because a lot of, especially dark men, they will go for lighter people, not because of their personality or not because of how they act or treat people based off period. Oh, you're lighter. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, in Pittsburgh, I think that Pittsburgh has a high like white population, so it might
Yeah.
not be a lot of black women down there. Now,
Yeah.
in general, a lot of black men. I don't want to say all, but I just did like a study and I found that of 500 men, um 49% of them preferred lighter skinned black women. Um 20 I'll say the exact
Okay. Yeah. Girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get it wrong. I've seen a lot of sisters out there too. But you know how like when you're in college and it's only a handful of black students, but they all come together because it's like we're this only handful of black students. It's not
yeah.
like that in Pittsburgh. It wasn't like that. It was like, these black men are going out their way to be with these Beckys and these.
I mean a lot of but we do have a low our interracial dating rate is pretty low. Like
For
black people
who?
as a whole. Black people, we don't really date outside that much.
Girl, do you know that black men do I I be doing a lot of studies and stuff too, but black men date outside their race more than every other race of man put together. That's how sick it is. Like we don't black women, we are very race loyal. We don't date out our race. But for an entire race of men to date out twice, you know what I'm saying? Twice the rate of all the men put together, that's disgusting.
I didn't think that they did.
Not twice, but
I thought
more
our
than.
date outside rate. I thought our date out like our percentage of like dating outside our race was not that high, but I mean,
Yeah. Well, no, because when
I
you
mean,
think about it from
I,
black women don't.
yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Oh well, I guess it actually it's really not that low for black men. You're right. Um, oh,
Girl.
hmm. In 2008, for example, it was 22% of all black male newlyweds. So that's interesting. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. Um, wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's our duty to make sure our sons don't grow up to be colorists.
Well, what I was gonna say was, um, hmm, what I was gonna say was in my study, I found that there wasn't that many black men who stated that they prefer outside of their race. It was only 1.8%. But as far as the ones who said they preferred light skin, it was 46%. The ones who said they preferred dark skin was 21%. And the ones, so then there's some other categories like brown skin, 6%. But that's because I think I mean, that number could be a little off because each person didn't act light skin, dark skin, and brown skin. They just might have acted light skin, dark skin. And then there's like dark skin and brown skin and light skin. So I mean, there is a preference for in dating for like lighter skinned women. There's this other study. It found that um with light skinned women and dark skinned women that for like higher income black men, um
Prefer light skin.
I want to say it was maybe 46 to 23%. I don't want to tell you a lot. It was,
Your time.
uh, you gotta have your receipts because people. Okay. Um.
Listen, girl, I show receipts. You
Yeah.
gotta open my YouTube.
Okay. Here it goes. This was a study from okay, Hamilton, Ohio State University from the 2003 multi-city study of urban inequality to identify why so many dark-skinned women who date men remain bachelorettes. So his study found that his data concluded 55% of light-skinned women were married, while only 23% of dark-skinned women had jumped the broom with high status husbands. So yeah, it's a thing. But and then I also see that it may be a lot of men who prefer to date lighter skinned women because they don't have that good of understanding of genetics and they want a light baby and they believe if they have marriage or relationship with a light woman then they'll have a light baby. And for a lot of people with the black community, there's a very sick fetish with light skinned babies. So I mean,
Yeah, for
light
sure.
skinned baby.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like they believe that light skin really equals more success. I mean, if you talk about social status, then yeah, a biracial or a lighter skin kid will get treated better, but that doesn't mean they're going to be a better person. That doesn't mean they're going to work harder because they're light skinned. That doesn't mean that they're going to not turn out to be a serial killer because they're light skinned. Then that's what people need to realize. Like skin color really doesn't mean anything. And when you think about it, like it's always the light skinned woman in the movie who's the businesswoman and dressed good and talk
It is.
right, and then it's a black girl. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand the
Mhm.
girl. But yeah.
No. Okay. What do you believe is the difference between colorism and preference?
I don't oh my god, like I don't know if you noticed my face just now. I
I like the
I
question.
I hate that word.
Me.
I hate that word so much. Preference. Preference is not a effing thing. Oh my god. Well, I'm not gonna say that preference isn't a thing because you could say I want women who say has their high school diploma and
Exactly. That's what I think preference is.
yeah, like or even if I want a girl with a big butt. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be like that.
Maybe like I want a light skinned woman because dark skinned girls is too aggressive, but that's just my preference. So just say your color is. I mean, it's
Just say you're a colorist, bro.
go
It's not okay.
to the coloring section over there and stop using the word preference.
Look, sis, I listen. The difference between preference and color. You say colorist.
Yeah, color.
So preference is when you say I want a girl who has stuff. I want a girl who has a home. You know what I'm saying? I have a house as a man. I don't want a woman who's coming in a relationship with nothing. So I want somebody who got a house, got a car. Da, da, da. Okay, that's any complexion of woman. That's any height of woman, any shape of woman. You want a woman with a home. I
Right.
want a woman with a big, like I said, a big butt, because that's what all these guys be worried about. I want a girl with a big butt. That can be any size of woman. That can be any color of woman. That can be any woman, with any sort of personality. You just
Right.
got a big butt. So my thing is the difference between that and colorism. You cannot, oh my god, like you cannot equate color with characteristics. That's what people be to do, bro. Oh my god, no, I swear to God, me and my girlfriend were just having this conversation, and my boyfriend, because like my boyfriend, like he too, like he's not colorist, and he's getting more woke, the longer we've been talking, but he believes that men should have the freedom to say that if they want to say that. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have your freedom regardless, but it's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I love all women. I never really was like, I want a light skinned woman above a different kind of woman. I just wanted a good one. And I'm like, yeah. But then like if he sees something like that, he's like, why is everybody snapping on him? Like the whole Chris Brown thing with the, black girls with the good hair. But he's like, why is everybody snapping on him? That's just his preference. And I'm like, what the F? Like you could be any complexion with a finer or, tighter hair texture. But you're saying you only like black girls with the good hair. I made a video about that too on my YouTube. You gotta go check it out.
Okay.
But yeah, preference is not a thing, bro. Preference is not a
Yeah.
thing. Not in that sense. If you're a colorist, it's not, nah. But like you said, the colorist needs to create their own section right here, and stay in this box.
Yeah, I try I mean, I haven't heard a non-colorist reason for men's lighter skin preference. I really haven't.
Like, give me one of your worst excuses that you've heard.
I heard um dark skinned girls scare me. Dark skinned girls' vagina look like deflated tires.
I've heard, I did not hear deflated tires. That shit is whack. I've never heard that. But I've definitely heard of black men talking about black women's vaginas, but y'all penises are blacker than our vaginas. So I don't understand. Like, why is it? Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a double standard here. Like, the dark skinned man is viewed as sexy and alpha, you know what I'm saying? And the chocolate. But when we are dark skinned, it's not chocolate, it's burnt. You know what I'm saying? It's not dark and sexy. It's fucking charcoal and ashes. That shit make me so mad. Like, if you want to have that energy about dark skin, have that energy throughout the whole every single person.
Right.
Like, it's mad colorist light skinned women who hates black women but love dark skinned men.
Men. Well, and now a lot of that is because a lot of dark skinned men amplify light skinned women, and I mean, there are well, I don't want to say a lot because I haven't talked to a lot of people, but there are light skinned women who know that black men do this and they won't talk to them. If they hear them do this, some of the women that I've talked to, for example. But there are also other light skinned women who hear dark skinned men, put them on a pedestal for their skin, and they don't do anything about it, or they
Well, no,
color it.
they use that as their, their crutch.
Yeah,
They use their light skin privilege. That's it.
they
And
don't
my
do
thing is, do you notice something though, sis? Do you notice that the dark skinned men who are like that, who are colorist and only like light skinned women, it's not that they're treating these women better. They're not treating them better. Usually, when it's a colorist guy, his mental is not there and he's not together. He's going to be talking to you, and they want them more docile women, even though that's not a thing. Because I know dark skinned women who are quiet spoken, who are, I'm saying, uh,
right,
voice, so sweet and wouldn't even don't like confrontation, stuff like that. Like dark skinned women are not freaking aggressive,
right.
but it's like as far as like dark skinned men like with these light skinned women, it's not that they're treating them better. So it's like I'm upset about it that black men and their preference, but then again I'm not, because I'm like, you would be treating a dark skinned woman like this, you know what I'm saying? But you have this light skinned shorty who you think that she's nicer, so you can tell her to shut the fuck up and she gonna shut up. They don't want a black woman who has some pride and has some dignity, because you gonna tell me to shut the fuck up and I'm gonna turn around and tell you to shut the fuck right back up, because we not doing that. And it's like it's just a respect thing, and it's like they legitimately use these light skinned women as, you know what I'm saying, like as clout, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So they're really using these women. It's not genuine love.
yeah. But I think the only thing I would add is that they have this perception that light skinned women are quiet, or that they won't, talk back to them, or that they are, easier to get along with, and they may come into the situation treating them that way. That's what I mean. Even Kodak Black said that, but that there's not an actual reflection of how either dark skinned women or light skinned women act. That's not. It's no. All light skinned women are going to let you talk to them crazy, and all dark skinned women are going to like. And that's a lot of the energy in the world that's told to us, that that's how light skinned women act. That's how dark skinned women act, and that's just not true. So.
If you want to be 100, I feel like all women of all races, of all shades, we all have our good moments and we all have our bad moments. Like I know ratchet ass light skinned women who be out here ripping their wigs off and fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you're light skinned doesn't mean that you're a softer version of a woman. So yeah. To what you said, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Okay. Our next question is: how do you believe gender intersects with colorism? In my point of view, gender intersects with colorism in the world, like jobs, job interviews, stuff like that. Dark skinned people, period, are discriminated against. Um, and as far as in dating and marriage, the dark skinned woman is discriminated against, but the dark skinned man is not really discriminated against. Also, as far as in dating, the light skinned woman is put on a pedestal, but the light skinned man is not as desired as the light skinned woman is to men. Um, Light skinned men aren't as desired in our community. They are seen as feminine, etc. So the traits that make light skinned women valuable, people will, give them to light skinned men as well. Even and take away their masculinity. So that's how I think it translates. Like it's different for dark skinned men and women when it comes to dating. But as far as like in the world, they're both, discriminated.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I feel like it's what we said before and what you just said just now. Like, only thing, like, dark skinned men are viewed as attractive, dark skinned women are viewed as not attractive, light skinned women are viewed as attractive. Light skinned men aren't viewed as unattractive, but they're viewed as, less attractive and
Right.
less masculine. So that's why when you think about it, I don't know, like I don't know. Didn't you just say that light skin on light skin, like a light skin guy and a light skin girl?
That's the thing though. For my study, I heard no light skin on light skin a lot, and that's so different from back in the day when there was like blue vein societies and stuff like that. If you were light skin, you weren't supposed to date outside of light skin because they wanted to preserve the color. So
Yeah.
that's the complete opposite of how it was back then. Now it's no light skin on light skin, and you see a lot of people, like I've seen dark skinned men say the light skinned woman was made for the dark skinned man, and I've heard light skinned girls say,
Yeah.
turn their nose up nasty at light skinned men, and also say no light skin on light skin. I heard light skinned men say they don't say it. light. Although light skinned women don't really like, well, from my study, although light skinned women don't really like light skinned men, a lot of light skinned men still like light skinned women. But there are
Yeah.
some of yeah, there were some of them who did say like no light skin on light skin, but women, mostly light skinned women, definitely said a lot no light skin on light skin. So
Yeah.
that's
To say that
okay. Next question is: do you believe that colorism is institutionalized? Like, does it affect job status, socioeconomic status, I guess prison sentences, etc.?
hell yeah.
That's
I
time.
think that affects everything in our living life, from how people talk to you, from jobs hiring you. Shoot, like it's already bad enough that our names, you know what I mean, our parents are trying to give us these white names, so when we fill out the application they're not like, who is this, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Yeah.
if you are a dark skinned person, like say even if your name is Sarah as a dark skinned person, if you go in that job, like they might hire you, through the company because of your name. But then when you get to work and they see you, they can be like, nah, sis, you know what I'm saying? We thought that you was either a light skinned Sarah or a white Sarah and you're a dark skin, which makes no sense because the dark skinned Sarah can be working 10 times harder than the other ones. But um yeah, I mean, shoot, I think colorism plays a big part in sports as well.
Well, like so this study that I found, stratification. So basically, it just talks about like because of the level we attach to certain tones are like lighter skin tones are more likely to have um, higher education. They're more likely to be in a higher socioeconomic class. So I think it does, and that has a lot to do with everything. It has nothing to do with dark skinned people being less than light skinned people. It has more to do with opportunities. It has more to do with what certain people are encouraged to do by their guidance counselors. It has more to do with neighborhood structure, and so, I mean, a lot of dark skinned people are not given the same opportunity. And people think about colorism, they just think of it like dating. They don't think about like the real life, implications of colorism. And it's that, you know, it's two different things sometimes. And there was one study that found that the wage gap between light skinned black people and dark skinned black people was almost as wide as the wage gap between black people and white people as a whole. So there is a economic difference
Girl,
between the two.
yeah. I gotta put that one down in my notes because
Yeah.
I ain't know that one.
Yeah.
Ooh. I
So
knew like like compared to what is that? Compared to, oh my god, I had one of these studies in one of my videos, but it was like we make like 10K to white people's 150K or something like that,
I've
per
seen.
year, and
Yeah.
it's yeah. But I never heard that one though. That
Yep. I think it was
they in here.
the name of the place where I got that from. So our last couple questions is do you have any personal experiences with colorism?
Yeah, yeah. I would say more of so. I didn't really went to an all white school, but
Okay.
um, yeah. I went to. mm, I feel like I got the regular bullying.
Right.
Yo black A or monkey or just Um. Oh yeah, I was called a nigger bitch when I went to college. it was We was in a little white place, and yeah, the first day there, girl, these people drove by and called me and like the three people I was with nigger bitches. Um I don't know, cause I'm like a freaking, I'm a social introvert. Like I really spend a lot of time on myself, but when I'm out, I really don't experience much colorism because I don't know. I don't really put myself in them spaces to allow people to attack me. You know what I mean? Like it's happened in high school. People calling me black ass shit like that. But other than that, not too much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And our last two questions are, um, do you believe colorism will ever end, and who is responsible for ending colorism?
I'm happy. Okay, who's responsible for ending colorism?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm happy that you asked this question because this is gonna go to what I wanted to say before I said this last thing I said. Um, I think that colorism can end, but I feel like white supremacy has to end first because that is who's pushing colorism. Which is not even that they're pushing it anymore per se, because like when it was on the field, the plantation, it was they had more control of, oh, we're gonna show these people that these lighter skinned people are better, they can work in the house, even though they really wasn't getting treated better. But the dark skinned slaves didn't know that shit, so they're just like perpetuating in that way. And also just through like who owns these media companies? We don't own this shit, they own
That's
this
true.
stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So they're pushing this narrative. So I would say that in order for colorism to stop, um I do think it is gonna, like, listen, every dynasty has come to an end. It does not matter how long it's lasted, especially when it's a negative one. And even though this one only lasted what, four, no, white people been doing raggedy shit for a long time, so I'm not even gonna say, but I would say that yeah, it's gonna be a time where all of this shit is dead. Ain't gonna be no more colorism. I think that the responsibility, it goes to white people, because if you want to be 100, I feel like if white people really wanted to make a change, they can make one today. They could all stand up and be like, hey, we're not going to work and we're not making money for you fucks because y'all are racist and you guys are oppressing people. But you think that's what I'm saying. Like when people are like, oh well, but like I said, it's up to them, but it's up to us because they're not even in our communities really doing this stuff anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's been beaten to our head. So a white man is not coming to a black man and being like, hey, you see that black girl right there? You can't like her because she dark skinned, like this light skinned girl. That's that brother's mindset. That's that brother's headspace. So it starts with us, but no, I think it is our responsibility. No, it's definitely our responsibility. But we know it's our responsibility. Fuck that shit. Because we can't wait on them for us to stop being colorist towards each other. What the fuck? I
that's,
don't know what I
I'm
was.
trying to start it, but we continue to perpetuate it. I mean, they do too. There's a thing is white colorism. Even white people prefer light skinned black people. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like that word is not, that word in itself cannot discriminate because anyone can be colorist. You can be Asian and be a colorist. You can be a Jamaican and be colorist. You could be dark skin, white skin, brown skin, and be colorist. But yeah, no, it's our thing. It's our job to stop it. But it's white people who started it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
agree.
Yeah.
So you think it'll end?
Fuck yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be our generation. You know what, girl? But I really, I feel like, do you ever feel like in your line of work, like our ancestors must be really working hard up there because there's so many black people who are so asleep and are so hypnotized that what in the world did it take for us to wake up? You know what I'm saying? Like what in the world did it take for me to open my eyes? So it's like I feel like we're going to keep continuing this cycle until we be like, enough is a fucking enough. Because when you think about it, like white people has only been on this planet, what, a little over 6,500 years. Black people's been on this planet for millions of years. So it's like in this little bit of time that y'all fuckers been on this planet, y'all have been done nothing but destroy, kill, and try to destroy our planet. You know what I'm saying? This is our habitat. We was doing perfectly fine. We wasn't building no buildings that let off smoke that fuck up the air. We wasn't, making cars and shit that got all this raggedy shit coming out the little pipes and fucking up the air. We wasn't knocking down trees to build houses. We was living in them trees. And it's like they try to make it seem like that's savage life, but that was the way of natural life. You know what I'm saying? Without destroying our planet. Like we was put here to keep this planet alive, keep this planet flourishing. And what they have done since they came on this planet has been nothing but pure evil and just annihilation. So yeah, no. Girl, I'm over it. I do think that it can end. I definitely think it will end, but it's going to take black people to be like, you know what, fuck this shit. Because we have to also realize a lot of black people are scared too. If it wasn't a problem and this was natural, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. If this
Right.
was just a way of life. So it's obviously a problem that is talked about a lot and getting talked about way more. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I am so proud of black women. Like, I be going to these posts that be like raggedy and shit, and black women be going in. I'm not gonna front. When I started this shit maybe like 2 years ago, um, when I see some colorist shit or something, it was black women and black men and black kids under these posts supporting that shit or telling other black people to lay off, they don't mean it, or it's not that. Now, 2 years later, I'm seeing brothers and sisters like, hell no, no. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
people are a lot more vocal about like cut it now.
Right. Because it's just like I just feel like that's
Okay, Ciara. Well, we appreciate your commentary.
thank you.
It was really nice meeting you, and I
It was
enjoyed
nice meeting you, Sean.
it. And all right, this is Sean and Ciara with All Things Black, and thank you for watching our episode.